One of the best things about Call of Duty over the years is ranking up. You know, grinding but in a good way, putting in the hours of sweat to unlock some powerful new weapons up at the high ranks. Sure, you could ask why a super soldier wouldn't be given the best guns from the get-go, but that's a debate for another time. So today, we're going to be looking at this submission from a man Kyle on Twitter, the best guns unlocked late in Call of Duty games. Just quickly, my only stipulation for this video is that when I say unlocked late, I mean unlocked in the final 10 ranks of that COD. Got it? Sound. Call of Duty 4 had 55 ranks and a beastly sniper rifle lay waiting for us at rank 49, the Barrett 50 cal. Now in real life this anti-material rifle is meant to be used against bloody tanks and whatnot, but this is COD and anything goes, so the level 49s can spray 50 caliber bullets downrange at enemy players like they're being shot out a machine gun for all they care. In other words, it's semi-automatic with an extremely lenient fire rate if you have the trigger finger for it. Having said that, it's a bit more effective to take your time with it, landing shots to the upper torso guaranteeing the kill. Shout out to the sound of this demon as well when it's shot too, that's worth the 49 ranks to unlock it alone. You should get a hit marker every time you shoot it from bursting people's eardrums, to be honest. All the way up at max rank 55 on COD 4 we have a special unlock, the Gold Desert Eagle. Whilst we unlock the regular Desert Eagle at 43, we are kindly rewarded with the blinged out version for grinding all the way up, and you can't deny that back in the day this was a cool wee surprise. You're going to be doing a lot of killing with the Deagle anyway, might as well look good doing it, eh? Moving on to World at War, which had an extra 10 ranks, so we're kicking things off here at rank 57 with the PTRS. Similar to the 50 cal in COD 4, it's the beefiest sniper rifle in the game. The PTRS packs a serious punch, in fact it can punch so fucking hard that it'll take your limbs clean off. Well, not clean. It'll leave quite a mess actually. Giblets all over the place when this gun is in the hands of a competent marksman, but mind you, the PTRS is the only semi-automatic sniper in the game, so it's quite forgiving even for the less accurate players out there. Also, once again, the sound of this thing, man, you can hear the power of it in case the dismembered enemies in front of you didn't speak for itself. Up at rank 61 we have another weapon which is fond of rearranging bodies, and that is the Browning. Enemy soldiers' pants get a severe case of Browning when this gun is launching a volley of bullets at them, cause let's get it right, this gun deserves to be sat upon the top of a tank, never mind in the hands of an infantry sprinting around the map. With stopping power it's a 2-hit kill at any range, plus it doesn't really see wood, bricks etc as much of an obstacle. It can quite easily penetrate through cover and rip apart anyone stupid enough to hide behind it thinking they're safe. I wasn't originally going to add this in, but do you know what? The M1A1 carbine unlocked at max rank 65 deserves a spot on here. It's a solid weapon that you didn't see all that much in World at War because, well, it's unlocked at the final rank, and if you're going to prestige, well, it's bye-bye carbine for another 64 ranks. It might not be as revered as the fan favourite Gewehr, but it does have a larger magazine capacity to take down more enemies without having to reload, so it's got that going for it. Overall, low recoil, good fire rate, it's just a solid gun. Taking the leap to Modern Warfare 2, where seemingly every weapon in the game is an overpowered monster, which would make you ponder what sort of unfathomably powerful weapons lurk up at the nosebleed ranks of this game, of which there are 75. Well, actually, due to the nature of pretty much every weapon being as potent as the other, there's not much to be said for the later unlocked guns aside from rank 67's model 1887's for a while anyway. Citation needed. I've gone over the pre-patch model 1887s many a time. Akimbo these bad boys up and you could kill players at the other side of the map without breaking a sweat. They were quite possibly for a time the most overpowered weapons in Call of Duty history, and you know, after ranking up 67 times, maybe you do deserve to wield these two infinity gauntlets. Anyway, we all know how the story goes, but the model 1887s definitely deserved a spot on this list. Over on Black Ops, Treyarch decided to roll back the ranks a little, get things under control, and at rank 44 of 50, we get the Commando, a legendary gun to Call of Duty fans. You won't find one Black Ops player who dissed this gun. The way people talk about it, you would think it's their fucking firstborn child. It is honestly that loved, and I am definitely a fanboy of it myself. The iron sights are just a joy to look through, which of course frees up an attachment slot. Its recoil is really easy to control. In fact, I'd say playing with the Commando is like playing in cruise control. It's just easy to use, its fire rate is moderate and its damage is predictable in the sense that you often know which gunfights are going to be easy wins for you. Fun fact though, the Commando does the exact same damage as the earlier unlocked AK-47, but the Commando just has that a little bit more finesse about it. Well worth the 44 ranks and 2000 COD points to unlock it. As Treyarch were trying to conserve their ranks, Infinity Ward didn't think they had enough. 80 ranks to plough through in Modern Warfare 3, that's just ridiculous, but not quite as ridiculous as the MP7 unlocked at rank 74, which I think most people would agree is the best gun in the game. The thing is an absolute melt machine. You can sweep through entire teams with it comfortably. Close range, long range, doesn't matter. What's 5 shots at range when you've got laser beam accuracy and a fast fire rate, not to mention 40 rounds in a clip to burn through, and very pleasing iron sights. You could honestly camp at the back of the map and pick people off with this so-called SMG as if it's a rifle. An incredible gun that's so powerful even a patch couldn't throw it off its throne. Overall, the MP7 is so good that 74 ranks is probably quite early to unlock a gun of this magnitude. I just need to take a quick breather there after that MP7 action to kindly ask all the new viewers currently watching to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to unlock access to the notification squad like these two members on your screen have done. But let's continue. Black Ops 2 sees the return again to a more reasonable amount of ranks, and at rank 49 of 55 we are greeted with the M8A1, one of the most popular guns in this game, and with good reason. With it being a 4-round burst rifle, you can laser people at a decent distance with one burst, killing them before they even have the chance to react. And if you do happen to miss a couple shots on your burst, don't worry, because the next one is coming up rapid, which will surely finish the enemy off. Speaking of fire rate, you can attach select fire to the M8 to make it fully automatic if that's what you want to do. Quite a versatile weapon, but I'd say it's best utilised behind cover, picking enemies off left and right. At max rank 55 this time we have the AN94, essentially a futuristic AK-47 which often gets locked behind the higher ranks, most likely because it's a very dynamic weapon, can use it in all sorts of scenarios with its 3 to 5 shot kill potential and good fire rate. The iron sights of the AN94 are lovely too, and that actually seems to be a recurring theme with these late unlocked guns. They all have really easy to use iron sights, maybe that's the real reward for unlocking them so late, but yeah. The AN94, defo one of my favourite guns in Black Ops 2. Now, we are going to be skipping COD Ghosts, but it's not because some petty reason like me thinking the game is shite or whatever. No, it's because we can't have it on this list because it doesn't have the standard ranking up and unlocking system we're used to it in COD, so for that reason we are moving on to Advanced Warfare, which we're also going to skip because I don't believe there's any late unlocked guns in this game worth talking about. They certainly don't compete with your Ball 27s or ASM 1s. Feel free to disagree in the comments. So that moves us on to Infinite Warfare, a game I didn't actually play enough to know the late unlocked guns, so you're going to have to tell me all about those in the comments. I simply just don't know them. With my life story out of the way, that gets us on to Black Ops 3's max rank weapon, the M8A7. The M8A1's bigger or little brother depending on which way you look at it. Either way, at rank 55 you are getting yourself arguably the best assault rifle in the game. Pretty much everything I said regarding the M8A1 applies here, the only difference being the A7 does slightly less damage than its predecessor, so you know, you do have to be a wee bit more accurate if you want those consistent one burst kills, but like I said earlier, it doesn't matter when the burst delay is shorter than my game time on Infinite Warfare. Treyarch really does love a strong burst rifle, as we'll see once again later. On to the second most recent Call of Duty game we've had, World War II. Sitting behind rank 52 was the BAR, one of the most dominant weapons at launch in a COD game that I've ever seen. You just couldn't compete against this thing without a BAR of your own. Sledgehammer were quite heavy handed with the nerfs on this bad boy throughout the game's life though, so of course the BAR isn't quite as dangerous as it once was, but with the right attachments it can still hold its own. But in the early days, the high ranked players on this game shat all over the noobs with this gun. And finally on Black Ops 4 we have 3 late game contenders for best guns unlocked late in Call of Duty games, starting with the Maddox at rank 49. It's been one of the most, if not the most used weapon in competitive BO4, so that just tells you all you need to know. It's just so versatile. It's like an SMG on steroids. It's like a 21-year-old SMG playing in an under 14s SMG league. Does that make sense? Furthermore, it's not even an SMG, it's an AR. What a good gun though, it's competitive in a lot of situations. Up at rank 52 we have arguably the best real SMG in the game, the SOG, which is another really competitive weapon used by competitive players. Whilst the Maddox can compete in a variety of scenarios, the SOG really does excel and dominate at close quarters all day. Put the SOG in the hands of a really good aggressive player and watch them massacre the opposition at a frightening speed. Its attachments are pretty wild as well, with fast mags 2 giving you the chance to insta reload, stock 2 allowing you to strafe left and right like you're in the Matrix with this gun. Also, it is the only gun in the game you can go akimbo with if you slap on its operator mod, so it has that going for it also. Defo worth the grind. Last up at max rank 55 in Black Ops 4 we have the customary beast of a burst rifle from Treyarch, the Swordfish. First of all, it deserves to be on this list for its name alone, but it does indeed do the damage. Pinpoint 4-round burst accuracy in a game with more health than we're used to in COD allows it to really stand out in gunfights. Going up against a Swordfish at range is a death sentence most of the time, and it would be all of the time if everyone ran the operator mod for it, the Pentaburst, which gives this monster a 5-shot burst. Suddenly it's less of a Swordfish and more of a Loch Ness monster holding power of mythical proportions. Folks, that is going to be all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please do leave a like on it. Let's go for a 2,000 like goal as per. I know you can do it. Do let me know your thoughts on the guns on this list, and if you would add any in yourself, bearing in mind the stipulation of it having to be unlocked in the final 10 ranks. Once again, if you're new around here, go and hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you around. And before the video ends, I do just have to apologise for my voice in this video. I am loaded with a cold and my nose is running a marathon, but have a nice day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.